Londo.
We're working. We're in the lab, and we're gonna make sure this happens as soon as possible.
Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
All right, we are back. I'm your host, Ernest Silva. This is the Into the Lab podcast. We got a full group here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Londo and Rachel, producers in the building. Very excited and powered by Blue Collar Media Group, BCMG, powering this episode going into the holidays. Excited going into Boo Week next week, Halloween next week. Londo, what are you dressing up as?
I'm actually going to be Hagrid.
Oh, wow, really?
Because Alex is going to be Harry Potter.
That's pretty awesome. Alex Londo's son's going to be Harry Potter. You're going to be Hagrid, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's gonna be fun.
That's cool. Rachel, what are you dressing up as? Rachel's not dressing up.
Professor McGonagall, hopefully.
Oh, she's joining in the fun. She's joining in the fun. All right, I am your host, Ernest. So if you're watching on Into the Lab Pod or you're listening today, very exciting episode. We got a lot of great games, only 2 teams on by, 15 games to cover, and some heated topics. Let's first start off with my co-host of Season 5, Kenny Cotterell at Hedge Pod. What's up, brother?
The Lakers are on pace for the worst record in NBA history at 0-82, so I'm in a really good mood about that. There's snow up north on October 24th, so again, I'm super thrilled about that. My Halloween costume is I'm going to be a ghost, a.k.a. Calvin Ridley, because he had 1 catch on Thursday, and he's a bum. So I'm in a great mood.
Kenny, it's opening night. Is that why you look so down because the Lakers are losing?
No, I've been down for many years, my friend. I'm just letting it out now.
Now I feel like a terrible friend. Always great to have you, Kenny. Glad to have you on again. It's gonna be fun. I'm sure you're gonna talk a lot of shit. Let's move on. He's back again another week. I can't get rid of him. He's I don't even know what I want to compare it to. But Chris Borak is back at Clip City 52. What's up, man?
The Chris's are back.
I'm feeling about as good as Kenny does. Astros got absolutely annihilated yesterday. So yeah, it's a great day.
Borak, you happy it's basketball season now? The Astros are out.
Yes, go Rockets.
Let's go Rockets. That's the perfect way to segue that one. I already said Londo is in the building. I'm not going to reintroduce him, but Londo, wave at everybody.
What's up, guys?
There it is. There's the hand, the wonderful hand, making his return tonight, though, at the Boomtown Pod. Andrew Consultant. What's up, man?
What's going on? I'm in the same state Kenny is. Last weekend it was 20 degrees. I was playing slow pitch. This weekend it's -7 and currently snowing outside. And the good news is the Diamondbacks are up, so and the Astros are seeded. So I'm a little better than Kenny in the sports terms, but yeah, ready for another pod, boys.
I don't know how much Astros slander I'm going to take, but we're going to take that one for now, and we'll move on after that. Making his return again, I'm going to just call him a sports scientist at this point. Chris Connor at Last Call with Chris C. What's going on, man?
Not much. We just did a great interview with Bellator lightweight Justin Gonzalez. We have another one dropping this Wednesday. And, well, I'm in cloud 9. I picked the Minnesota Vikings to upset the San Francisco 49ers. I'm riding on that one.
Wow. Yeah,
it's a good win.
That's a huge situation because you and Londo both picked the Vikings to win. If we don't remember, we all thought Londo was nuts, and he did it. So big shout out to you. I saved the best for last because he's wearing his upset jersey, the Steelers jersey of the night. Just Luke joining us at Hearts 2282. What's going on, brother?
Thank the Lord, sweet Jesus, for Trent Jordan Watt, fellas. Because if it wasn't for TJ Watt, I don't know what I would do with my life on Sundays. I know that for sure.
Man's electric.
The man is electric. So, yeah. Also, when Wando does the little hand thing, does anybody ever remember Toy Story when they rip Buzz's arm off and he just dangles his arm right there? Like that is 100% Londo. Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm fine.
I swear he's real.
Yeah,
He's real.
100%. Yeah, no doubt in my mind.
Just,
that is.
I never know where my left hand is.
Yeah.
She's gonna hide it every single time. Man, as electric as this show is going to be, the Steelers were doing great. Round 1 is coming up. We're going to talk about news around the NFL. Tonight's episode also featured by a glitch. Use code BCMG for 25% off today and kick back 25% of that order to our pockets. We appreciate all the support for everybody around the BCMG universe. All right, round 1 news from around the NFL. We are going to start in Dallas because we didn't have a game to talk about last week. We'll start off with Andrew with this first topic. To replace Dak or not replace Dak? That is the question we're starting off with on ITL. Andrew.
No pressure.
Dak or replace Dak?
In my world, I'm done with Dak Prescott. I don't think he's capable of leading any kind of team to a Super Bowl. He is a great player. He's just not gonna get you to that next step.
All right, we have one Dallas Cowboy fan saying to replace Dak. Who do you replace him with, Andrew?
You got a 23-year-old ready to develop to be a number 1 quarterback. That's why you went out and made that trade. Get him ready. Get him primed up. Get him some reps in, and let's see what he's capable of doing. I know the Cowboys are 4-2, but I'd also like to see Trey Lance play some ball here.
What?
You're saying it's the Trey Lance show? So you're going to get assets and picks back for Dak and make it the Trey Lance show?
Why else did you go out and trade for a 23-year-old quarterback if you were
all right?
Carter.
That's fair. That's fair. Kenny Carter, you don't agree?
I mean, like we're 4-2. Like we're all right. We're not 0-6. So I don't know. I really don't care about Dallas. So
no, Kenny.
Like them or not, we're not winning anything. This is the same story every year. I'm just waiting until January to not get my hopes up.
Ben, you sound so down right now. It's hard to match that energy. So I'm just gonna say this looks a lot like you. Or not. Kenny disappeared right off the show. Just Luke. Replace Dak or not replace Dak?
I think the issue is I mean, what do you replace him with at this point? If you're really looking uphill at the NFC East, I would consider it. You're not really going to know until you face the Eagles again, right? You already played them once, right? No, you didn't play them once? Okay. So it really all depends on that game, I think, to see how far of the gap it is between you guys. I think talent-wise, it's closer, but the Eagles just made a move for Byard. So, like, they just shored up their defense again for literally nothing. I mean, nothing at all. They traded for Byard. So I think it's more of a, you've already won 4 games, and we all know to tank to get a good quarterback, you have to win maybe 1 or 2. So you're already out of the tank conversation. So for now, I just stick with my guns. You're still the top 5 in the NFC, so it just kind of depends, I guess.
So I'll give you a question. Just Luke, and just answer with honesty.
Yeah.
Justin Fields or Dak Prescott?
In whose offense?
The Dallas offense.
Cool. I think Fields would have a heyday.
I think Fields would do better just because he's not afraid to run. Dak, I think he is now just, I can't tell if it's him or if it's McCarthy's play calling, but he does not want to run like he used to. And I get it, he has injury issues. I get that. I 100% do. But he still needs that, okay, I need 3 yards for this first down. I need to just nut up and get 3 yards for the first down. Like,
But
It's just not always going to be there. I'm not saying like go Heisman on guys. Like get 3 yards, slide, go on to the next play, get your next 4 downs. Like I think that's what the thing is. But I think Justin would just do better because he just doesn't like have the fear of running right now. He runs for his life every single time he's on the field. So I mean, the offensive line is already an upgrade. The weapons are already an upgrade. Maybe with DJ Moore, I don't know. But everything would be better for Justin in Dallas for sure.
Kabuki1914, great friend of the show. Thank you, Derek. Justin Fields would be his pick, but let's move on. Borak, to replace Dak or not replace Dak?
I don't know what you're going to replace him with. I mean, that's the whole thing. You're not replacing him with Trey Lance. He's absolute garbage. Cooper Rush is not going to be able to lead that team to where you want to be.
This is people who say that.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm just curious. Everybody keeps saying Lance is trash. How do we know? We haven't seen anything from him except for a preseason game.
I think it's just because he just can't. He hasn't played.
He's fucking separated his ankle. What is he supposed to do?
Well, that's the issue. He had a 5-year contract and he played 3 games. Like that's the issue. You know what I mean?
An organization traded up a bunch of picks and a bunch of spots to get this kid. So you got to tell me the talent's there.
I don't know. I wasn't a Trey Lance guy coming out of college. He played 2 or 3 games at North Dakota State. Like I wasn't a big fan of him coming out of college. John Lynch and them way overpaid, and it obviously didn't pan out. But I mean, I don't know.
I still disagree with the move to get Trey Lance. I think that was a bad decision by the Cowboys front office. I don't know why they gave up capital to get him. The Cowboys are trying to win a Super Bowl. They're not trying to develop their team into a future contender. So I don't know why you're trying to develop Trey Lance and do all that right now. This team is trying to win a Super Bowl. It's either win a Super Bowl or bust. And you're not going to get any assets back for Dak. No team out there is going to give you anything for him.
So a free agent
especially
next
with
year,
that contract.
A free agent next year that's going to be out there. Borak, you have the option: Baker Mayfield or Dak Prescott.
For who?
No, Baker Mayfield's a free agent next year. So if you're in the offseason, you're Dallas. Do you roll with Dak or do you go get Baker Mayfield?
Oh, I would roll with Dak.
Yeah.
I want to know how down everybody is on Dak. Chris Conner, you said you would probably trade Dak, but where are you at right now?
I would trade Dak in the offseason. You get like a nice, if you don't think he's this guy, but I'm sorry. Trey Lance, a guy who doesn't know the offense yet, hasn't played a competitive game since last year. You're gonna roll him out as the starter, replace Dak. I'm sorry, that's asinine. Stay with Dak Prescott, and then in the offseason, look, if you can try to get Kirk Cousins and try to bridge it until Lance is ready or something like that, maybe. But I'm sorry, unless there's only one Patrick Mahomes. Everybody else, they don't do well in the playoffs. So I don't know why there's this. We got to replace Dak. He's not the problem. The problem's been the defense.
For the record, when I stated Lance being starting quarterback, I meant after the season.
Okay, that's fair. I don't agree with either take, but I'm going to say to keep Dak for most of the same reasons that we can't find another replacement now. Anyways, if Dak got hurt, you go get Kirk Cousins, I guess, or somebody to replace him. It's the same guy. I don't know if there's anybody else that would come to Dallas that would save the season if Dak went down.
Kirk Cousins can get out the fucking pocket.
I don't know who else is out there besides that would be willing to come over. So it would be really tough to find a replacement.
You have a replacement until Monday or Tuesday of next week, right? Yep. The trade deadline's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tom
You shut your blaspheming mouth over there. All right.
There you go. Londo's 30-second take is going to wrap up this segment. We're moving on. We're going to the biggest disappointment in the NFL being, and this is team-wise. We talked about it franchise-wise last week. We're going to talk team-wise now. The biggest disappointment in the NFL. Chris Conner, you wanted this topic. You're going to start us off on this topic. Who do you have as your biggest disappointment in the NFL?
Chargers. I mean, At what point do they have to fire, Brandon Staley? He's supposed to be a defensive genius, and they can't stop almost anybody, and I don't get this guy. He's supposed to be an NFL coach, and yet we got to listen to the analytics. We got to listen to this. They're 2-4. They should be 4-2 if they had a decent head coach. It's just mind-boggling. You have the franchise quarterback, and you're screwing it up because your coach is going, ooh, what does Carmine say? Let's go with that. Woo!
The Chargers getting a bid here, and we're going to keep track of these biggest disappointments to see how the season plays out. Andrew, your biggest disappointment team of the NFL?
Agreed fully. The San Diego, or the see what I did there?
Yeah.
Chargers, the LA Chargers, San Diego today, and it is about fine. They're bad. They're just top to bottom bad. I mean, they got like we just alluded to. Justin Herbert's an amazing quarterback, an amazing talent with a bazooka for an arm. Mike Williams can't stay healthy. Keenan Allen has tremendously stayed healthy through 7 weeks, which is beyond incredible. They've completely forgotten how to use Austin Eckler. They've completely forgot that Joshua Kelly's also very quick off the line. And I think it all comes down to they also went out to go get this offensive guru named Kellen Moore, who's just dropped the ball with this team already. It's the same kind of predictable plays that he made with the Dallas Cowboys. He's doing with them as well. But Brandon Staley, my fucking word, he might be the worst head coach in the NFL, and it's not even close.
There you go. 2 Chargers picks as far as disappointments. Kenny Cotterill, who's your biggest disappointment team in the NFL this season?
I mean, I don't know why we expect the Chargers not to charger every single year, so I didn't have them as my biggest disappointment.
That roster.
Also, but keep in mind that 3 of their losses are to Miami, to Dallas, and to the Chiefs, so I don't know what we were expecting them to do against those teams. Like, yeah, their Titans loss is bad, so they probably should be 500. They'll probably win the next 2 weeks. They'll be 500 and be fine. The Saints were the favorites to win the NFC South, and Derek Carr has nothing left to give. He was horrendous on Thursday night. And we can't say that he doesn't have the team to succeed. He's got Chris Olave, he's got Michael Thomas, he's got Alvin Kamara back now, and they're just a bad football team. And they got blown out by Tampa. They looked bad against Jacksonville. Like, this was the favorite to win the division, and yes, it might have been by default, but they were still the favorites, and they look dead in the water right now with how they're playing. So it's got to be the same for me.
Yeah, not the ITL favorite, but definitely the favorite across most platforms. Just Luke, biggest disappointment of the NFL.
I really think it's the Bills right now. And it's hard to like kind of fathom that, but you really have only beat the Raiders, the Commanders, and your only good win was the Dolphins. Like, then you'd lay an absolute egg against the New England Patriots. An absolute, you can't run the ball. Josh Allen's turning the ball over. The defense without Matt Milano and Tre'Davious White is just giving passing lanes like Oprah out there. Like, they have not been right on the offensive side of the ball since Brian Daboll left, and you can't convince me otherwise. Like, Brian Daboll's done a good job in New York, and I think he was on track to fix Josh Allen, and he was doing fine with it, and then they let him go. So, like, are they for real? I don't know. I don't think they are, because this division is just – it was supposed to be one of the hardest divisions to win at the beginning of the year. And when we look and step back at it, Miami is really teetering with the F word right now. So is Buffalo, and the fucking Patriots are bad. And the Jets are jetting.
I would go that far.
I mean, at this point, is Josh Allen not just mobile Phillip Rivers? He throws for a ton of yards. He throws a ton of points at the same time. He doesn't win in the playoffs. Like, again, it's kind of early in his career, so I don't want to say that that's going to be what the rest of his career looks like. But it's teetering on Phillip Rivers territory where he's just going to be the 3rd or 4th best QB in his conference for the next decade, behind Burrow, behind Mahomes, potentially behind Tua with the way that the Dolphins' offense looks, and that's a tough spot for him.
He's not even as good as Dak Prescott
the
right now.
Bills can say, look, we lost Milano. They lost Milano. They lost Tre'Davious White. They lost Daquan Jones. Now they've lost Ed Oliver. I mean, at least they have. Oh, it's like, okay, we got decimated by injuries, and we have only Stephon Diggs who can seem to catch any passes, when a good corner is covering them. They got hurt because they went over to friggin' England, and by the way, guys got hurt in that turf. Ooh. So they have at least excuse. Like, okay, everything went bad quickly after that Dolphins game.
Here's my thing, though, Chris. It's where is Gabe Davis? Okay.
Yep.
Where is Dalton Kincaid? Where is Dawson Knox?
Well, Knox
where
is
are these guys
now?
Knox out TD.
They're nowhere to be found. Like, this
Knox
offense
is hurt.
is supposed to be, they're supposed to win that AFC East by a landslide.
Diggs is every other week that he's throwing a tantrum on the sidelines too. Like it might be an internal organizational thing as well.
It's just, being 7 years and getting to the same spot and fucking failing for the last 7 years will do that to you.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know. Like they have to be one of the most frustrating teams because Josh Allen can be that guy, and you took one of the best teams in the last 10 years in the Kansas City Chiefs, and you lost in overtime because of bad coaching. Like, and at some point, Sean McDermott has to be involved. Like, you're letting this stuff happen. Something's got to give somewhere, and I don't know where it's going to give. And you live in Buffalo. You have to run the ball in December and January.
You do.
Like,
you got to
have
utilize
to run the ball. Okay. Like, it's just, I don't know. And Mac Jones, God bless him, he almost got shut out twice this year, and he scored 2 touchdowns. He threw 2 touchdowns against you. Like, come on, guys. Like, I know you're hurt. Like, I get it. But that guy couldn't find the end zone. Like, he couldn't score in a whorehouse, guys. Like, what are we talking about?
That, but I mean, when you lose like 4 or 5 defensive starters, it's I don't care who you are. You can't play defense.
It is the NFL. Somebody can stop Mac Jones. Somebody can stop Mac Jones.
Not when you lose your 4 best defensive players, and Von Miller is basically a shell of himself. I mean, it's the Chargers have no excuse. They were healthy against the Dolphins, and they gave up a big lead. They've done that for years. The Bills at least have been, I don't know, basically somebody put a curse on them, and everybody's got broken legs. How the hell does that happen?
I didn't want to bring up the Madden curse, but we definitely think it's real.
Yeah, it's definitely something.
Definitely think it's real. Wrap us up, Borak. Give us your disappointment of the year.
I was going to say the Giants. They're a hot mess right now, personnel-wise. I think they should trade Saquon Barkley, get what they can. Well, I know they won't because they're moronic.
They're such a stubborn organization.
Yeah, but they were a playoff team last year. They're highly disappointing this year.
Can we talk about Taylor being the starting quarterback instead of Daniel Jones?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know he was still playing, honestly.
Tyrod Taylor,
I had no idea he was even playing.
Just steps up in shitty situations and becomes a god. It's insane.
Well, we all know that the Giants will draft their starting quarterback next year because of the Tyrod Taylor curse.
Term too, like he beat the Commanders. I'm not
Caleb Williams.
Didn't they just sign Danny Two Nichols to an extension?
Danny pennies at this point.
5 pennies, 10 pennies. So
Londo, before did you want to give your disappointment team of the year?
Well, for me personally, it would be the Bears, but
why is that, Londo? Why is that?
Londo, you're the biggest disappointment of the year for picking goddamn Bears and then also talking about DJ Moore being top 4. You're the biggest disappointment in the NFL.
He should be drug tested for that pick.
There's still a lot of season left, Londo. I believe in you. Don't worry. The Bears and the Bengals.
DJ Moore take was better than the Bears overall.
That's true. That's true. Let's talk a little bit about Cleveland. What is going on with Deshaun Watson? I mean, he is terrible. He can't. He's not playing. He's hurt all the time. What is happening over there? I hope Coach Mina is listening because this guy is $230 million strong of just taking pine every single week, and every NFL fan out there besides Browns fans love it, right? Like, screw that guy playing first off. The other part is like, why would you do that, Cleveland, and just keep circling the toilet bowl? Anybody want to comment what the hell's going on with Deshaun Watson?
I don't. I love it. I appreciate the 4 first-round draft picks that they gave us. The gift that keeps on giving. And I have no idea what they were thinking when they gave him a fully $230 guaranteed $1 million.
They be smoking that good, Chris Borak. What are you talking about? Come on now.
I mean, literally, when they called the Texans during that scandal and said, "We'll give you 4 first-round draft picks," I guarantee you somebody fainted on the Texans organization.
We actually have a live look in the Texans front office when they got that call.
Give me a hell yeah!
No consideration, just immediate hell yeah.
Can't confirm. I mean, it's just the Cleveland Browns, Ernest. I mean, what can you say? I mean, this is the organizational dumpster fire for the last 25 years. Like, what are we talking about? It's the same thing every year. Baker's like, oh, well, at least I'm in Tampa. Like, I don't have to deal with snow anymore. Like, it's not as bad. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But
Dumpster fire. New Year's same dumpster fire.
The best thing is he's medically cleared, apparently, by the team staff, leaving the tent that's medically cleared, no helmet on the sidelines, questionable. And then their market guy comes out and says that he was benched, not for a concussion, just straight benched for MVP Jay Walker. So then that becomes the whole nice microcosm in Cleveland sports. Is now that you're paying a guy $230 million guaranteed to ride the bench. That's the best part of the whole situation.
Yikes.
I'm losing sleep over it, as you can tell, honestly.
Even if he has a soft tissue injury, they can't even hire anybody to help. That's the worst part about all of it.
All right.
Oh, no massage.
Who would have thought that a massage joke was going to come out with that topic?
Had to.
Yeah. Come on. It's clearly a higher on the tree hanging fruit. This one's for Londo before we talk fantasy. Londo's Bears are back. They get a win last week, and they look good doing it. Way to go, Londo. You're back on cloud 9.
Hey, Shepherd University alum.
That's right.
Here we go.
Londo, tell the people, are you saying this is their start to a comeback? Is this their division to lose?
Is this their division to lose?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I just want to see how crazy you were about this.
I was about to say, is he like smoking the goodest of the good at that
Come on, Londo.
Yeah, Londo, stick to your pick. You still have the Bears winning the division?
Have a comeback.
Yeah. You know what?
Oh.
I'm on the train.
Oh.
They're going to win.
Londo's back.
They're coming back.
Whoa.
He's
Londo
back.
180 on the show.
We need to drug test Londo. I'm saying that right now. Maybe it's
Hey.
It may be funny to you, motherfucker, but it's not funny to me, okay?
Take it easy there.
I'm familiar with all the acronyms, so yeah.
It's the whack tobacco smoke.
I love it.
Whatever
We're gonna
he's
round up
on,
fantasy.
it's that Texas good, whatever that is.
It is. It is.
Right.
We're nearing the halfway point for the season. We have top 5 players across the board, but which one of those players should you bank in staying in the top 5? We're going to talk about that next. I asked each of the sports scientists to take a position and talk about it as some are leaving and coming back in. So we'll start this one off with Chris Borak. Borak, what position are you talking about today?
I'm talking about tight ends. I can't believe we're starting with tight ends.
We are.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's National Tight End Day on Sunday.
Yeah, it was National Tight End Day last Sunday. So, number 1, we got Travis Kelce, of course, in a tier of his own. Rest of the year, I've got TJ Hawkinson above Mark Andrews with Justin Jefferson out. Hawkinson just getting targeted like crazy, and I think he's the focal point with Jefferson being out. Mark Andrews is starting to really blossom. Had a down year last year, but he's looks like the Ravens' offense is actually clicking right now. So really, Hawkinson and Andrews are in the second tier. Then at number 4, I like Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta's been playing well since the beginning of the year, and you really see St. Brown and Laporta coming in as a second target in that offense. And then Dallas Goedert. He is the second option in Philadelphia by far. Devontae Smith is just faded away. You can see everything's going to A.J. Brown, then it's going to Dallas Goedert. And then honorable mention I'll throw in here with Dawson Knox going down with an injury. You can see Kincaid is getting a lot more involved in that offense. So if you have an opportunity in your fantasy league and you're struggling at tight end, I would try to target him before he has another good week.
There you go. Top tight ends you should be targeting. Chris Borak with the rundown. We're going to move over to the next logical pick here. It's running back Kenny Cotterill.
Oh, yeah, I totally have player rankings for this. I definitely did get those ready for this episode.
Way to prepare, Kenny.
I mean, the number one is obviously Christian McCaffrey. That's pretty goddamn obvious when you have 16 straight touchdowns. If you can trade for him for whatever reason, find a guy that's stoned or drunk and just pull the trigger, whatever it takes, make it happen, take advantage of some people. That's what fantasy football is all about. At number two, I actually really like Kenneth Walker. He's basically like the concern with him heading into the season was because they drafted that rookie Charbonnet. They didn't know if he was actually going to play a role. It's basically Kenneth Walker's offense, so I think you definitely want him. Bijan, despite the fact that no reporter in Atlanta could actually do their job, or in Tampa, and actually report the fact that he was sick this weekend, so people didn't put touchdown parlays with Bijan Robinson in it, then outside of this week, he's still a very good option. I would take Mostert at number 4. In that Miami offense, the fact that Achane is out and he's been fantastic for them. He's number 2 in fantasy right now. And then at number 3, Travis Etienne. This is kind of similar to the thought process on Kenneth Walker, where they had Bigsby there. So it's like, well, we're here and he's going to get like 10 carries a game. That's not the case. He's getting like 5, and so it's Etienne's offense. So those are my 5.
There you go, Kenny Cotterill with his impromptu top 5 perfect list. Thank you, Kenny. I don't even know why. I should never ever prep you. You should just come in straight in. Just take the topic.
Yeah, I'm a really positive guy, so it's good.
Chris Conner, you have what everybody considers the most important one: defense, special teams. Who do you see top 5 rest of the season?
I mean, it's tough because it all depends on who's going to show up, who's going to be healthy. I'm going to throw this out there right now. Top defense, believe it or not, Kansas City Chiefs. They are just shutting teams down. They're actually getting interceptions, fumble recoveries. They've played a weak schedule with a lot of bad offenses, so I give them that. The New York Jets, of course, once again, they are literally unless it's Dak Prescott, they're locking teams down of all people. But they give a lot of sacks. Interceptions a little bit down, but as I said, they know how to pressure the quarterback. I gotta go with the Pittsburgh Steelers once again, just because of T.J. Watt. I'm gonna give a sleeper team, but just because I'm looking around the schedule and it's not that their defense is actually pretty good. Who are Browns? I mean, we saw what they did this weekend. They block field goals, fumble recoveries, touchdowns. And, it's just a beast. So those are my top picks for defense and fantasy.
All right. I think we got the gist of it. I don't know if I heard Dallas Cowboys, but I'm sure it was somewhere in there.
I was about to say.
I was going to throw that in there.
Yeah, just Luke, you got the next one up. You got wide receivers. Talk to us.
Yeah, so I got the wide receivers today. My number 5 is Jamar Chase. His stats are a little skewed because of the really big game against Arizona, but he's still averaging 20.6 a game. So, that's a very good option. Obviously, you're not trading for Jamar Chase. At least I don't think, unless you're tanking at that point. But Jamar Chase is number 5. This one was tough for me, but I put Keenan Allen at 4 just because of sheer injury factors with them. He's going to get targets. So, obviously, I'm going with Keenan Allen there. He's averaging 22 a game. So, and I think that's only going to get better. I don't think it's going to go down from there. I think it's only going to get better with the year going on. 3, I have Diggs. He's at 22.4 a game. Obviously, he is the only weapon for them. Kincaid did do a few things for them. He had like 6 catches, I think 70 yards. but obviously he is the true number one in Buffalo. So obviously his numbers aren't going to go down anytime soon. It really all depends on how you feel about these two. You could probably put 1A, 1B, maybe. I don't know. This is the way I put it. I put AJ Brown at number 2. He is the true number one in Philadelphia in that offense. He makes everything go for them. Right now he's at 21.5. So it's, it just really depends. And obviously my number one is Tyreek Hill. He's on pace for almost 2,000 receiving yards this year. So,
Wow.
like, if he just keeps doing what he does, he's at 26.5 points a game right now in the NFL by PPR standards. Okay. That's ridiculous. Okay. So, obviously, I put Tyreek Hill at number one, and he has one of their remaining schedule is 27 and 24. So, they got a decent schedule coming up. So I think he's going to be a lock for number one for fantasy wide receivers the rest of the year.
There we go. We've done the complete rundown. We've saved the most important position for last, and that's going to be Andrew Sutton covering quarterbacks. Let's go, Andrew. Let's hear it. Top 5 rest of the season.
Just like Kenneth Rockwell, I did a ton of studying for this. So at number 5, I got Justin Herbert. I mean, the guy slings it. He likes to go a little crazy with the air, and of course, now that they're in a weird predicament with having some guys out and some guys in, he's going to air it out quite a bit more. I think you're going to see a lot of Gerald Everett in that offense. I think be a big part for them. Seems like he likes to go to them in the red zone, and he's good for at least 15 to 20 points every single game. So number 4, Joe Burrow's back, so that's good. If you can somehow fleece Joe Burrow out because you had him to start off with, and you're like, oh, those numbers are pretty bad, go get Joe Burrow because he's all the way back. That offense is going to be so good in the second half of the season. 3, I still think Josh Allen is unbelievable. He's going to be a fantasy quarterback that you want no matter what. This is where I kind of have a toss-up. Number 2, and only because I honestly think Tua is just a fantasy monster. That offense is absolutely ridiculous. And, of course, number 1, I've got Brittany Mahomes' husband, Patrick, at number 1. He's just – that offense is insane. The way that they flow, man, it's disgusting. Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. He's going to be the real deal for the next goddamn 10 years. He's just that good. I mean, it doesn't matter who's out there. Like, he literally at one point had Kadarius Toney drop 6 passes, and now Kadarius Toney looks, again, like a capable receiver. That's how much trust he has in that offense. So, yeah, Patrick at number 1 for sure.
There you go. Throw a dark horse out there. Jimmy G has a pretty cupcake schedule if he gets healthy. He's got the weapons.
Also a little dark horse, flirting with 5 or 6, CJ Stroud of the Houston Texans.
If you're starting Jimmy G, you're not making your fantasy playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You better start Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, my 1 point Hoyer last week. Thank you.
Go get Jordan Love. Everyone told me he was really good.
That's what the consensus is. That is it for our news and analysis. We're going right into Pick'em right after this short pause. Lon, did you have a top anything?
I have the top 5 kickers.
Oh,
Sure.
No.
Matt Gay.
Brett Maher.
Yeah.
Londo going kickers. Denise says, hi, Denise, stick around. We're going to get you some money in just a minute. We're going primetime Pick'em. We haven't hit yet this year, which means we are due right after this short break. There's your break. Round number 2 starting. ITL Primetime Pick'em is here to start, here to go. Thursday night football. We are taking our analysis, way too early analysis, to the wonderful city of Buffalo. Those Buffalo Bills Mafia, 8.5-point favorites against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's start this one off with Andrew Sutton. Welcome back. Kick us off for Thursday Night Football.
Boy, what a fucking terrible had last. I gave people some hell ground to come up on me, so I got to get this Buffalo and they cover that spread. All
right, Buffalo spread is where Andrew's going first. Kenny.
Buffalo's going to win and cover because Baker's questionable to go on Thursday, so he's not even going to be 100%. So is Godwin, and the Bucs defense is 27th against the pass. So Josh Allen for like 350, 3 touchdowns, get right spot for them. Baker's poverty.
All right, 2 Buffalo picks. Just Luke.
Buffalo, Tampa cover.
Well, whatever.
I like it. Chris Borak.
It's a get right game for Buffalo at home. Buffalo covers. And the number 1 QB in fantasy just loads up on more points.
We have 4 Buffalo picks. We're starting to heat up here. Londo.
Okay, give me Buffalo.
Buffalo to cover. Chris Connor.
Buffalo to win, but I don't think they'll cover. And by the way, I want to say this. Ken Dorsey needs to be fired. He has the worst offensive game plan I've ever seen. Just throw it over the middle. You have tight ends. Call those plays.
Here we go. And of course, here on ITL, on the very first pick, we have rising for a Buffalo BCMG guarantee. That's right. Put your fingers in the air and wave them like you just don't care. That's a BCMG guarantee. I'm taking Buffalo. BCMG guarantee on the very, very first game, Thursday Night Football, Buffalo money line. Do we feel good with Buffalo minus 6.5?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We're saying Buffalo minus 6.5. I have to ask Luke, and Luke is saying yes. Chris Connor, are you good with 6.5?
I'd go for 5, but all right, I'll do 6.5 for the group.
All right, for those following along, take the pick down. Buffalo minus 6.5 is the first one. The BCMG guarantee. Remember, put those picks down. Show us you made that bet. If you don't win, Steve gets you your money back. Let's move on to our Sunday noon football game. But hold the phone. We have a comment in the queue, and it comes from YouTube, from Josh. Would you trade Carr for Roshan Johnson and Jonnu Smith? 20-man PPR. My roster is Russ, JT, Aaron Jones, Tyreek Hill, Christian Kirk, Kmet, and Jacoby Myers.
Yes, 1,000 times yes. Trade Carr. He's gonna get benched soon, so why not?
I think that's a yes for me as well, hands down.
Yeah,
I would absolutely trade Derek Carr.
It sounds like everybody's on.
Is it?
What is
Does
this?
you have to run 2 quarterbacks? Like, why does he have Derek Carr anyways?
Is he saying that it's a 20-person PPR league?
Josh, comment back. Is this a 20-team PPR league? If so, then
I've never seen a 20-man league. I'm just saying.
If it's seriously a 20-man league and he got those guys, what are they doing?
Well, if
yeah,
it's
that
a 20,
would make sense.
If that's his 20-man roster, good for him. Like,
fuck yeah, good for you, bud.
And as far as
might be a dynasty.
I'm just
Might be
sitting on my
dynasty.
team and riding to chip.
Yeah, as far as the trade goes, I think we're all for it. MG guarantee right there. If you do not win your league, you can contact Steve Reiser and let him know how much that payment is going to be. And
Pick
he
up
will make
Jameis
sure.
Winston and get him ready.
Guys legitimately having to start Brian Hoyer, and we were making that joke 5 minutes ago. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Or Badgen.
Yeah.
Going back to our first pick, Buffalo minus 6.5 is the BCMG guarantee. And Josh does confirm it is a 20-team league. It is a 20-team league.
Who's his other quarterback? That's the thing, though. Like, who can he get?
Who's your starter, Josh, if you lose him? That's a question we have on the table for you. Go ahead and comment that back to us. Denise
He has
says,
Russ. He has Russ.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Let's
That's
ride,
right.
baby. Let's ride.
It is a redraft league. That's good. It's a Russ second half. I'm just going to throw him a top eight quarterback rest of the season. There you go. Feel better about that trade, bud. Denise does say Buffalo is her choice as well. So we're going to move on to the next game.
Bless your heart.
I apologize. What's that?
Said bless your heart, Denise, for picking Buffalo.
Oh.
Just being nice
Thanks.
to the commenters. You told me to be positive, so
I appreciate you being positive.
He was
Thank you,
startled
Ken.
by your positivity.
I was. Let's go to the new game. Dallas minus 6.5 against the Los Angeles Rams. Dallas off the bye. We'll start this one off with Kenny Cotterill.
I'll be honest.
Stop him.
Shout out
Oh,
to
is
Mark
that-
for the great video, but that still didn't get me hyped for Cowboys. I mean, I hope the Cowboys win. I'm a fan, so I guess I'll take that. But I'm definitely not taking a touchdown spread.
Dallas money line is going to start us off here. Andrew,
Dallas money line.
2 Dallas money line. Borak,
Man, this is so tempting to take the Rams with the points
I get
because
it.
this would be just total Dallas meltdown classic. But I can't do it. Cowboys money line.
there you go. 3 Dallas Cowboys.
I don't
money
know
line. We're
how
moving
this
up.
line started out at 6.5 though.
It'll
It
be
is
down to
nuts.
like 4.5 by kickoff. So if you like the Rams, bid it now, and if you like the Cowboys, wait.
Yeah, great point.
Just Luke.
Rams.
Wow.
Straight up.
All right.
There we go. Rams money line taking the board here. Londo.
Dallas money line.
Good for you.
I'm so glad that we don't have Dallas a part of this parlay. Holy
I didn't want Dallas
Thank
to be.
you.
I had to take
Yeah.
it for the team, kids.
Luke, I
right?
took
I
the
appreciate
bullet
it, Luke.
a couple of them last week by taking the Giants and by taking some of
I'm
those
not letting the Dallas Cowboys fuck this parlay up at noon on Sunday.
You get
okay?
it. You get it, Luke.
Yeah.
We appreciate
I am taking Dallas spread in this game. It's not even going to be close. Chris Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look. I would love to take the Rams, but goddamn, they can't block for crap. And now you got Micah Parsons against any of those linemen on the Rams. I'm taking Cowboys with the points.
I like your style, Chris Connor. All Dallas picks except for Luke, so they do not go on the BCMG parlay. It's probably for the
Am I
better.
carrying an over?
Oh, it wasn't a guarantee. It wasn't a guarantee. Good try, Londo. Going to the next game, the game of the week for some, not for us, but for some. Let's go over to our Sunday afternoon game. We are going to the great rainy city of Seattle. Seattle -3 gets the primetime spot for Fox. Seattle -3 versus Cleveland in the game that nobody will probably watch. Just Luke, call this one first.
I want to thank you for picking me to pick this game first. I appreciate that.
No problem.
game of the week. You got the game of the week.
I have no idea what this game is. This might be like a 13-10 game. Like, is it in Seattle or in Cleveland?
Seattle.
Seattle.
There we go.
Covered.
Seattle with the points.
Yeah.
Seattle spreads the first pick here. Londo.
I'm gonna take Cleveland. Or
Cleveland to cover in this game and win. We got two opposite picks. Borak.
Seattle money line. It feels
Yeah.
dirty.
Seattle money line. And we got three different picks to start things off. Chris Connor.
Seattle points. By the way, I just want to throw this out there. Who would have thought, 5 years ago, oh, yeah, Geno Smith's going to be a competent quarterback. He's going to be leading a team that might be the second best in the West. I mean, you got to give, Seahawks credit. They have basically revived Geno Smith from the dead.
I think Kenneth Walker has saved
this
him
guy.
this season.
This guy did.
Luke knew the whole time. Seattle -3 is my pick as well. I think Seattle offense will wake up a bit, and Cleveland will get exposed a bit on the defensive end. But Kareem Hunt's first start, so those Hunt owners who held out, here it is. He gets his chance, gets to solidify himself. Good luck to y'all, Kenny.
I can't wait for PJ Walker to be the CFL MVP in 2026, but I don't want to watch him on Sunday. Give me Seattle to win and cover.
Fuck Cody Pajaro. All right. Fuck that guy. All right.
Second straight year, I'd go to that stupid Rider game and watch them miss the playoffs against bums. What an idiotic league. 3 plays, wide field, fucking dumbass league.
Yikes. Andrew, wrap us up on this one.
That might be the best take of the CFL. Love it. It's garbage. Give me the Seahawks. I'm not confident in the pick because that Browns defense is legit. I feel dirty. Yeah, -3. I'm okay with, I guess. Yeah, Seattle's at home, so that's hard to play.
So far for our primetime picks, we only have one guarantee, Buffalo -6.5, and that takes us to our next game that we alluded to earlier when we accidentally played it. That's right. We are going back to Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Chargers 6.5-point favorites versus the Chicago Bears, Chicago Londo Bears, and we start with Londo on this one.
Give me a Chicago money line.
Oh fuck!
Whoa! Wow!
With confidence. With confidence, Chris Connor.
Chargers. Whoever picks the Bears, you put them in the same asylum, and you basically ask, "Were you injecting paint thinner?" God, that is a bad team. But Chargers will at least be a bad team.
Chris is very upset right now.
I mean,
Yeah, he's furious.
Here's the thing. All right, this is this fucking snoozer. Okay, like I'm not watching this fucking game at all. Okay,
Time, bro.
like. I don't know how this is prime time. I really don't fucking understand. But it'll be 18-20, and the Chargers kick a field goal to win 21-20.
Wow. Gonna take Chargers money line then for him. Kenny.
I don't know where you got 6.5, but 8.5 is where it's at now. And I'm gonna bet Chargers -17.5 on Sunday.
Chargers -17.5 for Kenny. For those following along for Kenny's picks, good luck with you.
+220, boys. +220.
Andrew.
I'll put $20 on that, Cottrell. I like the Bears are a fucking joke. Like Chargers.
You think?
Yeah. Make a statement. This has to be the Chargers game where they figure it out. Like this has to be. If they lose, I could not fire Brandon Staley hands any fast.
This is the type of game where I could see Chargers winning by 35, but I could also see them losing outright. That's what's so crazy about the Chargers.
Yep. Borak.
Hey, are we going by the real spread or with the spread you put up?
6.5.
Is that 8.5?
Oh my god, no! I don't want 8.5.
No, I'm taking 6.5.
Can I take the Bears at 8.5? Because I would take the value.
You want the Bears 8.5?
Fuck. I guess I'll take the Chargers money line. The real spread, I would put money on the Bears at 8.5. I don't think the Chargers can cover that.
So I completely agree. I'm going Chargers money line, even at the 6.5. But if it was 8.5, I'd easily put Bears 8.5 on a parlay, if I had to. But Chargers money line, and we do not have another pick going on the BCMG guarantee yet. Kellen Moore undefeated against the Bears. You're welcome. Detroit versus Las Vegas is the Monday night football game. Detroit -8 against the Raiders. Big spread here again. Detroit coming off that very disappointing loss this past weekend. They looked absolutely horrific against Baltimore. But I do think it's a get-right game for the Lions. I'm going to roll with Detroit to win this game and not cover that spread. Again, I do think if Jimmy G's playing, the game stays close. He's a good game manager. If Jimmy G is out, then it's going to be a blowout. It'd be -17 Detroit. But I guess it's all contingent on whether Jimmy G plays. I'm going to say right now he does. So Detroit money line is the first pick. Borak.
I'm taking the Lions with the points.
All right, Detroit spread is Borak's pick. Go ahead.
No, I just think this is a get-right game for the Lions. They ran into a really good Ravens team that's playing well right now. I think the Ravens are the best defense in the league right now.
Perfect. Andrew.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the Detroit bounce-back game. I like the points. I think if Hoyer's playing, who was this playing? I don't really think it makes a difference. Detroit slap Dan Campbell, have the boys ready to go.
Kenny.
I'm gonna do something else on Monday night and not watch this. Probably Detroit to win and cover, but like, I don't know. I really don't care. So yeah, they win and cover.
Londo.
So enthusiastic.
I don't care about Lions Raiders on Monday Night Football. Like, I'm just gonna find other things to do. There's got to be other leagues on.
Ouch.
Anyone got a good cricket stream that I can tune into instead of this?
There's got to be a good basketball game. I'll let you in.
I gotta find those streaming sites that Luke found last on Sunday.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go, Lakers Magic. That's your game, Kenny.
Oh, there you go.
Oh wow,
Lakers
Magic. What's on football, baby?
Let's see who haven't we called. Luke.
Detroit's going to beat the brakes off of the Raiders. It's going to be ugly. I mean, I just want to fight for Dan Campbell. Like, that man just has me running through the wall. And I just don't see them laying an egg twice. That bad of an egg 2 weeks in a row with Dan Campbell at the helm. So give me a bounce back win. They just got too far behind too quick, and that was the end of it. They just ran into a buzzsaw, so I don't think they're going to run into a buzzsaw this week. So give me the Detroit Lions.
Chris Connor, wrap us up.
Yeah, Lions by the points. I mean, look, the Ravens have Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers and a bunch of speed and a good defense. I mean, the Raiders have nothing. And Brian Hoyer is not going to have the fear of God to the Lions. So, yeah, this should be like 45-10 Lions.
There we go. Detroit -8. Going to go on the BCMG guarantee with a host override. We're going to disregard my money line pick. We're going to go straight spread. Buffalo -6.5. Detroit -8. Going on to the BCMG guarantee parlay. And that wraps up the NFL way too early primetime pick. Thank you, Londo, for the reminder. And we're going to go right into fire round picks right after this short intermission. All right, round 3 NFL fire round pick starts right now. Oh, here we go. We are starting off with the rookie matchup. Borak's been waiting for this. Carolina versus Houston. Houston -3 to start this one off. Borak, start us off.
Yeah, this is a game the Texans that would definitely lose, wouldn't be prepared for. But DeMeco Ryans, really good coach. He's proven it right now. They've had a week to get healthy on the offensive line, so I think you're going to see the Texans come in and be prepared and get out from the jump. I think they win easy.
Yep, take Houston right out of the bye. Going to go against a struggling Carolina team. I got Houston as well. Luke?
Do I have to pick?
You do.
Oh, the disrespect.
Houston.
Disrespect there.
Come on, Luke.
Houston, I guess.
There we go.
Wow.
There it is.
There we go. 3 Houston picks. Andrew?
We didn't give it love to this guy, but it looks like they've kind of figured out him in the offense. Dalton Schultz is back at the end, and CJ Stroud likes to go in the end zone, so Houston's going to win the game, and Dalton Schultz will have studies.
Perfect. Londo?
Houston.
All right, Chris Connor?
Houston.
Kenny Cotterill?
Carolina's first win of the season.
Oh, my fuck.
Hey,
thank you, Kenny. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I saved us with the Giants last week, and I'm saving us with Carolina this week. You're welcome.
Yep.
Kenny Cotterill making sure Houston doesn't get onto the BCMG guarantee. I do think they win, though, and I am kind of ashamed I use my host over right now. All right, we're going to move on to another game nobody pretty much wants to watch, but Washington versus Philly. Philly 6.5-point favorites on the road. We start with Kenny Cotterill.
I'll tell you this much. The trendy betting pick is going to be Washington on the spread at 6.5 because of how close it was their last matchup. Philly's going to beat them by 3 scores this time around. So
I'm having some BCMG guarantee recommendations. Anybody rolling Washington in this game?
No.
I feel bad.
You see them dominate the Dolphins? Come on.
Get Sam Howell back.
What?
That guy is on.
I do feel so bad for Sam Howell. He's going to look like a jigsaw puzzle.
I don't think that he's that bad either. I think that
he's not.
Like,
not
considered.
Rivera's going to be the first coach fired, and it's going to be magical when he finally goes.
Like when he has like 3 seconds to get the ball off, if that, Sam Howell's pretty.
Hold on. Before we move on, did anybody see Jonathan Allen after the game?
Oh, just slamming Rivera? Yeah,
dude, just dropping F-bombs.
Fuck it,
I'm tired of this shit. After 7 years, it's the same fucking thing. Blah 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 blah. The man had ice down his neck, a do-rag, and a full suit jacket. That man was ready to fuck somebody up. Like, it was over.
I thought the same thing. I was like, that's the most thug life thing I've ever seen.
Ever.
Love it. We move on to the wonderful city of Tennessee. Tennessee versus Atlanta. Atlanta 2.5-point favorites on the road. We start this one off with Chris Connor. Talk to us, Chris.
I'm going Tennessee. I don't see, they had a bye. And as I said, I like Mike Vrabel. I don't trust, Ritter. Give me Tennessee. This is my upset pick of a week.
Tennessee's the upset pick of the week for Chris Connor. Let's go, Andrew.
Malik Willis, make your statement, kid. Tennessee beats Atlanta.
Like that.
2 Tennessee picks. Londo.
Tennessee.
We got 3 Tennessee picks. Kenny Cotterill.
Atlanta. Easily, they cover that.
Atlanta with the bid from Kenny. We're 3-1 Tennessee favored. Borak.
Yeah, I hate picking Atlanta and Arthur Smith. I mean, I just can't stand that team. But Atlanta's going to win this.
There we go. 3-2 Tennessee leaning against Atlanta right now. I'm taking ITL as well. They've convinced me. I'm convinced. I don't like trade rumors for a team, and Tennessee is swirling with them. I don't know what's happening. So let's go Atlanta. 3-3 tie going to Luke.
Convince you of what, Ernest? Being wildly mediocre? Like,
no, I thought Tennessee would take a step, honestly. I was convinced.
I mean, these got to be the 2 most mediocre teams right now. I mean, got to be. I mean, right up there.
Tennessee just lost Byard, too. That's huge on their defense.
I mean, I guess give me Atlanta. I don't know. Yeah, shout out Miles Bloomquist. Give me Atlanta.
There you go. And Josh Elliott. There we go.
It's a fire sale in Tennessee.
Yep.
Derrick Henry's going to be on the Ravens.
Derrick Henry to the
soon.
Baltimore Ravens.
Yes, please make it happen.
Parlay Bijan 2 tutties with Andrews, Dalton Schultz 2 tutties for $10,000.
Oh.
Easy money.
Please don't do that.
It's definitely going to be Andrews' leg that lets us
Cash it.
What?
Easy money.
No,
Any guarantees?
Easy.
Right there.
With a Z.
10,000 parlays.
All right, we got more pick'ems. Pittsburgh Steelers trying to ride and start a winning streak going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars 2.5-point favorites on the road. We start with the resident correspondent, Pittsburgh analyst, Just Luke.
Yeah, Kenny, you were talking shit about Kyle really trying to put out an APB for him. You'll find him this week, bud. Trust me. You'll find him this week. I guarantee you he'll be parked right over the middle, just sitting there wide the fuck open. I promise you. Okay, because apparently the Steelers defense can't figure out the middle of the defense is wide open for the past 15 years. But I digress. This is, guys, to believe it or not, this will be my first NFL game that I will be attending in person.
Congratulations.
So I can't wait. Me and the girl are going up on Sunday. And so I'm hoping for a Steelers win on my first game. So give me the Steelers at home.
All right, Kenny Cotterill.
Luke, I'll be honest. I hope that you don't see a Steelers win because Jacksonville.
You get a rider win. Tell you that.
I mean,
didn't get a rider win.
I mean, it's pick 'em. Like, it's ruthless. Like, you need these results, and when I think I'm pretty sure I'm in last, I need this one. So Jacksonville minus 2.5. Throwing Calvin Ridley 2 tutties. We're going for that plus 10.
6 tutties.
6 tutty parlay. 3 plays.
Go ahead, Andrew.
I feel for you. I'm sorry, Luke. I'm going to have to do this, but Jacksonville's probably going to win this game. Matt Canada, man, send him to Ethiopia. I don't know what to do with this guy. He does not know how to run offense. I mean, you have George Pickens, who arguably, if he was on any other team, might be the best wide receiver in the NFL. That boy's adjustment to the ball is insanity. But he's got Kenny Pickett, Matt Canada. Jacksonville wins this game.
3 Jacksonville picks, and we go to Borak.
I liked what the Steelers did last week on offense. They got Jalen Warren the ball more. Deontay Johnson was opening it up for George Pickens down the field, and I think that made a huge difference. And I think TJ Watt is going to raise some hell. I do not think the Jacksonville Jaguars are as good as everybody thinks they are. I'm taking the Steelers.
We got our upset pick here on ITL. Chris Connor.
Well, first, Luke, congratulations. I hope you have a great time there. I'm sorry. I think it's Jacksonville big. Trevor Lawrence is a star. And you know what? I know everybody says, TJ Watt, but I think Travis Etienne is going to be the story of this game because they can't just rush the passer all the time. We've seen Etienne. He's been sort of their unsung MVP. I like Jacksonville big.
All right, Londo.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh.
We got another Pitt pick there as well, and I'm going to go Pitt pick also. I like what Pittsburgh's doing off of their bye. I like the offense. Again, you have one of the best defenders on the field. I think when you dominate the line, it helps, and I think Pittsburgh would dominate on the defensive side of the ball. The other thing is, I am also not a believer of Jacksonville. I think they have been a tad bit overrated. They beat a Buffalo team that has not been fantastic. And when Etienne gets stopped, which Pittsburgh may be able to get the upper hand on that, they tend to struggle relying on Trevor Lawrence's arm. So give me Pittsburgh and give me in a close game there at home. All right. In that scenario, though, Jacksonville does win the panel 4-3 on picks, and we're going to move over to the Battle of New York. Let's take it over, Giants and Jets. All right, the New York Football Giants take on the New York Jets, who are 2.5-point favorites on the road. And we'll start this one off with Andrew.
This is such a shit game. You want to talk about snoozer of the week?
Yeah.
God damn. Give me Tyrod Taylor over the Jets. Zach Wilson sucks, dude. Like, how is this guy in the NFL? Like, it's blowing. Giants win this game.
All right, Chris Borak.
I'm going with the Jets, Jets. They just keep hanging around this division. I don't know why. Probably because their defense is so damn good.
Their D so good.
I like Breece Hall to keep them in this game, and I think Zach Wilson could get enough done to get them the win. The Giants are so pitiful.
Battle of New York continue on an ITL 1-1 apiece. Kenny.
Give me the Jets, I guess. Actually, I'm picking New York to win.
The city in general. Right.
The city of New York.
In New York. I'll let you know on Sunday which one it was.
No, absolutely not.
It's the
Jets. Jets get another pick here, Londo.
Yeah, give me the Jets.
3 Jets picks, and we're rolling green right now. Chris Connor.
Jets. I know everybody, it's easy to hate on Zach Wilson, but damn, that defense is good. Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook, and Garrett Wilson's a star. So, look, we wrote them off for dead with Jets, but they're coming back. I think it's Jets by 4.
Dalvin Cook's still on that team? Jesus Christ.
Yep, he is. I'm taking the Jets as well. That leaves Luke.
This is my tie game of the year.
Ooh.
No, come on.
Big
no.
tie call. Big tie
Tie
call.
game.
My tie game of the year.
Beautiful.
No, 3-2 Jets.
Guys, the over-under for this game is
No matter
30
what, it's a win for New
and a
York.
half.
Yeah,
I
give me
saw that.
Give me
Easy
3-2
number.
Jets, not the Winnipeg Jets, the New York Jets.
Take the
Okay.
under. The Winnipeg Jets might score more on Sunday.
Yeah. Give me the Jets, but it's gonna. I might take Kenny's cat on a walk on Sunday. I might travel to Canada, take Kenny's cat on a walk, and then come home.
My cat's jacked after this weekend. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kenny can just stay laying on the couch from here on forward.
Yeah.
I might not leave here until Sunday. Too cold.
All right, that takes us to our next pick'em game, which is going to be a doozy. Dolphins -9.5. Londo whispers Miami to cover for sure. Anybody taking New England in this game?
I'll take mine.
No.
And I don't like that spread.
They got their Super Bowl win last week.
Miami money line went into the BCMG guarantee. Are we good with a comfortable spread for this game?
Yeah, it's Miami. They've never played well in Miami. I mean, Tom Brady lost once because of the miracle, toss, basically, flip-floppers with Gronkowski falling down. I'm sorry. This is a bad, New England team. They're getting run out of a building.
This is what Miami does. They just destroy bad teams and put on the offensive
I get it, but it's the NFL, fellas. Last week we had gut checks all around. I don't know what to say about this. I would say 6.5. Just to be
look. All that I care about this game is that Tyreek Hill continues to prove competitive edge right with that offensive player of the year at 20-1. That's now down to +1. That's all.
Yikes. Kenny,
he might get 200 yards this game.
I like it.
Let's get Tyreek
All right,
in the end zone again.
Miami -6.5 goes on the BCMG guarantee parlay. We have Buffalo -6.5, Detroit -8, Philly money line, and Miami -6.5. And this is what's going to ride us on to our next game, which is going to be our Indianapolis -1.5 versus the struggling New Orleans Saints, and what ITL is deeming the snoozer of the week. Might be snoozing on TV ratings too. I don't know if anybody's going to have this on their market to watch. Let's start this one off with Just Luke. Just Luke, talk to us about this game.
The fans aren't winning. The coaching staffs aren't winning. The product is not winning. Okay, I don't know what we're doing with this game. Who is the starting quarterback? Sam Ellinger? No, Gardner. Gardner Minshew.
Minshew Mania.
Yeah.
With the stash.
You're right.
It's so bad that Jameis Winston is giving Derek Carr advice on the sidelines. That's even worse.
He's trying to teach him how to eat a goddamn W. They haven't eaten a W.
Yeah.
Throw the ball more than 5 yards.
Actually, this might be a tie, for fuck's sake. I don't know. Give me Minshew Mania. Fuck it.
All right, there it is.
The first pick there, Kenny.
Give me the Saints and give me Alvin Kamara over 9.5 receptions because Derek Carr keeps dumping it off for garbage yards. He has
Captain checkdown
for 50 yards last week. It's crazy.
Yikes. Londo.
Give me Indianapolis.
Andy gets a pick there. Borak.
I'm going with the Colts. They should have won last week. Got screwed by the refs. And they played tough at home. So I like the Colts to win.
Chris Conner.
Oh, God, it's such a bad game. And by the way, I want to throw this out there. Mickey Loomis should be fired. As Dave Smith pointed out on Twitter, base of LA Radio, he has screwed the draft up so bad and signed Derek Carr to a 3-year deal for big money. Give me the Saints only because I can't trust Gardner Minshew and the Colts. But, God, I'd rather, basically go apple picking for this game.
Does anybody want to take a guess on the lowest ticket price for this game?
$20.
The lowest $8.
No, it's actually $58 is the cheapest.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, I was surprised. 60.
Going to a rider game.
Jim Irsay's got to pay off Jonathan Taylor somehow.
Jim Irsay's got to go get another Chardonnay and get a Dewey somewhere. Okay, like
He's got to ship another whale.
yeah.
I'm taking the Colts to win this game myself.
Also, Chris Olave got arrested. I don't know if anybody else saw that today.
He's gonna play though. He just got arrested for speeding.
for reckless driving. So
yeah, and then he said to the cop, "I'm on the Saints," and he said, "So." Talk about being terrible in the NFL.
He said you were still going 150, bud.
No,
that's not a joke. You can find that video on Twitter today. It was one of my favorites.
Andrew, wrap us up.
He's gonna win this game, but they got something special with that Justin Downs kid. I'm telling you, man. He's become wide receiver 1 all of a sudden. He looks real good in the last couple of weeks, and Minshew trusts him a ton. So from a fantasy perspective, probably play Downs and Minshew. If for any other purposes, don't watch this game.
Kenny, are you using your host override to add Indy to the ticket, or are you keeping your pick?
Oh, it's the Saints. Saints are winning.
All right, we're gonna move on. Then we're gonna go over to Green Bay.
Hey, Ernest.
Yeah.
Hey, Ernest. Hold
Go
on.
ahead.
He was going 70 and a 30.
Coming back
from CVS.
Yeah. The exact
that's exactly what it says.
No. The exact quote was, "My bad, dog. I play for the Saints, man." And he said, "And
you're going 40 over the speed limit."
Well, he obviously doesn't have a lobby on his fantasy team.
Yeah.
No, he does not.
Michael
Or
Thomas.
he does.
He'd be like,
Or he does. Yeah.
Got Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Green Bay Packers versus the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota 1-point favorites on the road. Londo.
Minnesota.
All right, Londo gives us our first Minnesota pick there. Kenny.
The disrespect to the Minnesota Vikings only being -1. Jordan Love, 2027 CFL MVP after PJ Walker wins it in 2026. Give me Minnesota by a tutty.
There we go. Minnesota getting a large spread bid from Kenny. Borak.
Jordan Love is not good enough to play in the CFL. I'm definitely taking the Vikings, and I'm on the Matt LaFraud.
I can name
Matt LaFraud
that need a quarterback, but
I mean, I saw Cody Fajaro in person, so like
we've got Baker if he had one working leg playing in the CFL, so I think he could do it.
Jordan Love.
I've got Minnesota as well by a lot. Luke.
Jordan Addison is that guy without Justin Jefferson on the field. I mean, he literally ripped the ball away from the defender like it was nothing. So give me the Minnesota Vikings at home.
Andrew.
Someone say
I really enjoy Minnesota. Also, Green Bay, just trade Aaron Jones. Like, you're not doing anything with him. Just get rid of him.
One of them has to go.
Yeah,
that's my candidate for Baltimore. That was my dark horse there. Chris Conley.
Yeah, I can see that.
Green Bay, someone save us.
Yeah.
Don't let us put Minnesota on the ticket.
We're gonna do it.
No.
Do it.
Here's our last call.
Ernest, I am host.
You know what? I will say that Green Bay. Yes, I can because it's the Vikings. They always seem to break your heart and do something stupid. So yes, I'm going Packers. Like, Jordan Love's not bad. He has a horrible offensive line, no talent outside of Christian Watson.
Because of your sacrifice, Minnesota by 10.
Green Bay does not have a bad offensive line. Jordan Love is that inaccurate.
No, they have a bad offensive line without their left tackle. We've got,
There's the co-host override. Minnesota money line enters the BCMG parlay, but Chris Conner is taking Green Bay. Fingers ain't waving like you just don't care. That goes on the BCMG guarantee.
No, I'm not putting that on.
Yes.
Can't take it back. Again, Steve, General Reisner, is where you need to go. You can find him on Twitter, many other platforms. Actually, I think that's the only platform you can find
Sunday
him.
with the General. Give him some goddamn respect.
Sorry, Steve, the General Reisner. All right, let's take our talents over to San Francisco. San Francisco versus Cincinnati in a game that's going to be very interesting. Cincy with a very difficult schedule. San Francisco 5.5-point favorites at home. We'll start this one off with Borak. Who do you like in this game?
Oh man, I'm gonna take the 49ers, but if if Trent Williams is not back, they may be in trouble. I think we found out who the true MVP of the 49ers is right now.
Yeah, you're
They
absolutely
look pedestrian without him.
Andrew.
Brock Purdy's human after all. Look at that. Who would know Mr. Irrelevant's playing like irrelevant football players do? Cincinnati is all the way back. Give me the Bengals to win this game.
Well, Cincy with a pick, San Francisco with a very shaky pick there. Kenny.
Yeah, give me Cincy.
Two Cincy picks. I'm taking Cincinnati to win this game as well. I think Cincy comes back out of the bye healthy, comes back looking great, and San Francisco continues to struggle. Londo.
Yeah, give me Cincy.
We are 4-1 Cincy in a very surprising pick. I'm here. Chris Connor.
Cincinnati, you're going to have Jamar Chase against Charvarius Ward. That's just abuse right there. So, yeah, expect Chase to have a huge game.
We have a bunch of Cincy picks. Luke, wrap us up.
The script's out, so Cincy's got to start winning some more. So, give me Cincy.
Cincy 6-1 on this pick'em. A surprising lone Borak on the San Francisco side of things. But no co-host override or host override available. That takes us over to probably one of the more lopsided games that's going to be happening this weekend. But Denver versus Kansas City Swifties. Swifties -8 in the pick'em. Anybody rolling Denver in this divisional matchup?
I have to say this, at least. My girlfriend is a huge Broncos fan, and they did win last week. But they're not going to win this week. So, shout out girlfriends, but give me the Kansas City Chiefs.
There we go. Let's roll it, Londo. Here's in the air and wave them like you just don't care. We have another BCMG guarantee, and that puts us at 6 on this guarantee as we input Kansas City money line. We have Buffalo -6.5, Detroit -8, Philly money line, Minnesota money line, Kansas City Swifties money line, and Miami -6.5. That takes us to our final game of the week, which is going to be Arizona versus Baltimore. Baltimore 8-point favorites after their demolishing from last weekend. And anybody rolling cards for the weekend?
Cardinals are covering.
Still covered.
Wow.
They play competitive ball, man. Even in
was so upset.
Their games.
If the Ravens get a running back, Chiefs have a problem.
I can see that. Baltimore was one of my picks to make the AFC Championship before the season even started, and they're going to look phenomenal.
I just want to say this, folks. I could see Arizona somehow winning just because when you look at it, Indy beat the Ravens. There's always that game where the Ravens look and go, oh, yeah, we forgot to show up, but hey, we'll be fine. It's not going to be – not without Connor. So, yeah, Ravens big.
I think everybody's taking the Ravens in this game. Are we feeling comfortable with any spread, or are we going to do straight money line?
I like
money line.
All right, we're rolling.
Kenny says money line.
All right, money line it is. Londo, roll it for our last BCMG guarantee. Here you have it. Baltimore goes on their money line. Let's run through the BCMG guarantee again. If you're following along, you're writing these down. Get your pen out one more time. You can put it on your notes app. Buffalo -6.5, Detroit -8, Philadelphia money line, Miami -6.5, and 3 money lines in Minnesota, Kansas City, and Baltimore. That is your BCMG guarantee parlay. Show us that parlay ticket. If you don't hit, you can always reach out to Steve, the general manager, to get your bet back. That is absolutely the BCMG guarantee. Guys, it was a wonderful segment. It's a wonderful show. I absolutely love having everybody on. Let's roll to the things. Londo, where can they find you?
Right here in the beautiful San Antonio, Texas studio. You could also find me on Twitter, Lando42921.
Londo, say bye to everybody. I want to see you.
Yeah, I want to see my Buzz Lightyear hand. There it is.
There's Londo saying bye. Borak, tell the people where they can find you.
At Clutch City 52 on Twitter X. It was a pleasure, guys. Had fun as always.
Really appreciate you, Borak, one of the fine additions to Season 5 ITL. Really appreciate your presence. Chris Connor, where can they find you?
You can check me out at thelastcallpodcast.com. Tomorrow we'll be dropping an interview with Bellator undefeated lightweight Archie King Colgan. You can also follow me on Facebook and Twitter X. Once again, Last Call Podcast or Last Call with Chris C.
What happened?
What?
Londo, producer Londo.
What is happening? Okay, so I guess it's my turn. Okay, so you can find me on Twitter at Hearts2282. Always a pleasure, guys. Always great talking sports. I'm going to definitely send a lot of pictures of the Steelers W this weekend.
You got to have a Boilermaker also. You have to have a Boilermaker at the game.
Yeah. If I drank, Chris, I would. If I drank, I would, for sure.
Just look wonderful as always. And the return of the myth, the man, the legend. That's right. Andrew Conzutton was back. What's going on, man? Tell people where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me at the Town Pod on Facebook, Twitter. We're starting TikTok and Season 4 debut live this Thursday. We cannot wait. We're doing a bunch of different segments. It's not like the show that we used to have before. We're covering everything: MMA, boxing, and professional wrestling. So cannot wait for that to start. It comes on Thursday, 6:45 Central. Tune in. We're fucking excited, man.
That is awesome stuff. Can't wait to see it.
That's going to be awesome.
Now he is the energy, the heartbeat of this show. Kenny Cotterill, tell the people where they can find your content.
I mean, that's not the way to intro me, but you can follow me at HedgePod on all social platforms. I'm the hardest working guy at DCMG. Daily picks videos 7 days a week. Londo, I'm sorry for calling you the biggest disappointment in the NFL. I still meant it, but I'm sorry.
What a way to end that one.
Okay.
I am your host, Ernest Silva. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you're listening, you didn't see all the stupid fuck-ups we had all night, and we appreciate all of your support. Highest support we've had since we come back from the off season. Kids are doing great. We hit big in Vegas. Hit a jackpot on a slot, got handed some money for those who care. It was actually really, really cool. So appreciate all the support. Again, guys, last week, highest viewership. We appreciate all y'all. We have a lot of changes coming through the holiday season, a lot of changes coming up. So we're excited to be doing that with y'all. Keep following our content as we grow. And good luck with your bets. Hit the BCMG parlay this week. Good luck to everybody. Bye, guys.
It never hits. Literally never.
And it's twice a year.